Hi and welcome to this video. Now this is part 5 I think it is of me working in this garage over winter, and if you watched the last video I left off with trying to find the clips for the alternator wire that run down at the front. Now I've had great issues trying to find these clips. Now mine are somewhat so many years old and are snapped and degraded, so I've been on the lookout for some new ones. Now a few of you have said just to get second-hand ones from another breaker. That's fine, but considering most of these cars now are going to be 30 odd years old, I don't want them to be fragile, so the idea was to get new ones. So basically I've been looking around, scouring the internet, and I can't find them anywhere. I've even been to Ford and they basically told me to go to a scrapyard as I'll have more chance of finding them there than what they can. Thanks Ford. So yeah, basically I measured the hole of what these clips where they sit, and these are 5mm holes. Now as I say, I tried looking for 5mm universal clips and there's none anywhere. So the ones I've got basically they are 8mm. Now I didn't really want to have to do this, but I bought 8mm ones. Now as I say, just to get a bit of leeway in this video, because I know these videos are dragging out a little bit now, I've already put the clips on, so let's basically go to the front of the car and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so as you can see, I'll start off with that one there. The clips are in. It's a little bit dark, so I've had to drill those out. So there's one there, one at the back there, one there. Still got to put the starter motor wiring in. Now the problem with this one that I had is that when I drilled it, I think I slipped and made the hole too big, so I've just had to basically use that one there, which is pretty stable. It's doing the job quite well. So yeah, so they are the clips and they're looking a lot fresher than those old scabby ones, which are up here somewhere. Here we go, which need to go in the bin. So in that time it started to chuck it down, and it's also going dark now, so I've just shut the garage door, so we'll have to cope with the light that we've got. So if you're looking to get some clips the same as what I've used, I will put a link down below. Don't forget, if you are using these clips, then be aware, don't just go off like what I did with an 8mm drill bit. It's a good idea to maybe do a 7 or 7.5, because if you do get it slightly too big like what I did, then you're going to have an issue. So without waffling further, let's crack on to the next bit. Okay, so now the clips are in, the wiring's pretty much in place. I have just put this blue wire back together. I don't know if you can see it just there. If you're putting yours back, just be aware that obviously this is a bullet connector, and more than likely, like mine, it's going to have a lot of green and gunk in there. So I've just cleaned that up and I've pushed that together, and that can now sit neatly. I will tidy up later in that clip there. So the clip I've got left is, I know it's caught a little bit there, but I'll sort that out later date. That just needs to go back on the starter motor, so I'm just going to do it now. Okay, so everything's now back together. I say the little cap's on, the wires are on. Got a little tiny crack in that cap, so hopefully it's going to stay on. We'll see. I know what you're going to say is, while I've had all this off, why didn't I clean the starter like the alternator and a few other bits? Now obviously yeah, I could do, but when you do a job, obviously one thing leads to another, and I could go on forever cleaning all these little bits. I know I've still got over there to do with the horn, but yeah, I could literally go on forever. But at some point you've kind of got to call it, you've got to make yourself stop and put everything back together. Like I say, I do want to get his car back on the road again, running. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting all these bits back for now. I can always come back to it at a later date. So down there's all done now. It's a lot tidier than what it was. So moving back to here, it feels like I've not been around this side for a while. So yeah, the next thing I want to do, I want to say it right this time, I want to do the auxiliary belt, not cable, as I said in the last video. So yeah, I'm going to put the belt on now. I'm not going to go over it too much, because I did do another video on how to do this belt. If you do want to see an actual guide, well, me doing this belt step by step in another video, then I will link that down below. But hopefully now I'm just going to get this belt on and get it fitted. Okay, so get a light back on it. So you can see through the headlight hole. The belt is now on. As I say, if you want to see a proper video, links down below. I just quickly breezed over it, but as a rule, if I get my hand in there, hold the camera, you should be able to turn it halfway, no more, which I can do just about. Obviously it's a new belt, it may give a little bit, but when the car started, if it's squeaking or whatever, then I can always adjust it. So that is the belt, not cable, back on. So made some good progress. So it's been quite a number of days since you last saw me put the radiator in. Now at the beginning of this video I said that it's dragging on a bit, and you will basically see the car be started by the end of this video. Unfortunately I can't commit to that promise. Now in the last clip you saw me put the radiator back into the car. Now when it was back in, like I said before, I wanted to try and keep as much lagging of the video out of it, and I thought I'd try and crack on with some work. So the bar that goes in front of the radiator, I'll put a picture up so you can see. I thought it was a good idea, as mentioned, to basically paint this, make it look a lot better. So obviously rather than do it in situ, I tried to remove it. Now I don't know what's happened, whether it's just because it's location or someone's had a go, but you may have seen on Instagram as well that the bolt has basically rounded. And from this point it basically gets a little bit worse. Needless to say, I have flamingoed up. Now you're probably asking what I mean by flamingoed up. Well, it's pretty much like a cock-up but a little bit bigger. So yeah, basically the bolt rounded off, and I got hold of some of those extracting screws that you can get with a reverse thread that are meant to pull out broken bolts. So I had to wait a day or so till I got some of those. Now I'm not sure what's happened, basically it all happened quite fast. Now to be fair, I probably should have taken the radiator out to begin with before I did this, but I thought I'd just crack on with it. So again, I say I'm not sure what happened, but I decided to use my impact driver. I thought it'd be more controllable than just a drill. And so I put the bit in, started to make progress with the bit, and I'm not quite sure, but all of a sudden, I don't know when my hand slipped, but the drill started to, basically it went a lot quicker. It dug in on the metal somewhere, and basically with holding my hand like that on the drill, it kind of locked and pushed my hand into the fins of the radiator. And yes, it did hurt, I don't recommend it. So yeah, needless to say, I was a little bit annoyed. So after I did that, obviously I took the radiator out, so that's not in there anymore, and I basically left it on the driveway because there were some choice words that night, and I wanted to basically update you today, but unfortunately I can't show you a picture of it because it appears that Scrapman's been and taken the radiator. So, but yeah, basically it's not usable. The fins were bent. It's not, I can't really use it again. So I'm leaving you at the end of this video now, because I wanted to get this video out, with me saying that I am now waiting for a new radiator. On the plus side, the bolt is out. I did manage to drill it out and it's been retapped, and I found the bolt that works. And in the meantime, I'm going to paint that bar. So obviously it hopefully makes this worth it, and hopefully I should have a nice new shiny radiator after this has all been done. So yet again, I will hopefully see you in the next video, where definitely we will get this car started again, put in the new coolant, and basically see if everything that I've done is worth it. Because the original idea of this video, going back to part 1, was to do the water pump. So I'd like to get it started again to make sure that it doesn't leak, and hopefully the radiator, or the new radiator, will be all good as well. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll basically see you in the next one, hopefully with a new radiator.